welcome back into the shop, everybody. Steve with Swamp Bottom Baits here. Today we're going to pull out the open pores and make up some baits with some leftovers from other stuff. I was making up some baits for myself, and the blue pearl from the last video was just sitting there off to the side, and it gave me a little bit of an idea to see what a color looked like. So we're going to try that in an open pore. And anybody who's interested in looking at what we have to offer, there's a link for the tackle box that'll take you to our Etsy page where we sell at. There's also a link there for swamp swag, sorry about that. That'll take you to Fourth Wall, where you can get shirts, hats, mugs, stuff like that. All of our graphics were done by a friend of mine. If you're interested, he does great work. That's Neptune Multimedia. Go check him out. He is great at what he does. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into making some open pores with basically leftovers. So here's a way you can use your leftovers and see what you come up with. Alright y'all, so here we go. This here was just a few drops of non-bleed silver pearl from MF. I don't remember how many. It gives you a bit of a pearl effect to it without really coloring the bait. I had this on just above warm, so I'm going to turn it up now about 280. And I had a bit of a boo-boo there. It ran down the side, caught the inside of the mold. Actually just caught the top lip, I can see it. The way this table is set up, I'm usually sitting down, and right now I'm actually standing, so it's a little bit awkward. All right, so there is the belly. I'll be back in just a minute with the vein. All right, I'm back. This is our blue pearl from the last video. So that's how I do it. I'll start just behind the eyes. I'll just pour slowly and work my way back here, and I'll stop pouring just as it comes off that clear, or comes off that belly color. I got a little drip on the side right there, as you see. And it usually will stop kind of where I want it. That first one looks like it's going up into the head a little bit more than I'm wanting. And that second one is getting close to running down into the tail. So hopefully we'll be good on both of those. But it gives each one its own individual personality. Try to stay a bit consistent. So we need just a hair more up here. Okay. And really this is, I'm going to touch more up here just to see if this is worth looking into a little bit more. Alright, that one's just touching the eye, so that'd be alright. Let me take and make sure I just hit the top of that and didn't run down the inside. Yeah, I did. Okay, that ran down the inside of that wall just a little bit. There we go. All right, and let's grab our top color. And this top color is some Arkansas Shiner from Lure Works. Alright, I'm blowing on the molds. I'm seeing that it's not moving, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and top these off. And as far as for an open port swim bait, this is a bit darker than I would go for a back color. But it's what I had, and like I said, just seeing if this is color combo to look into. And because there's no flake, I've got this back color up there pretty decent temperature wise. So and speaking of temperature, I forgot to turn the hot plate up as we started pouring this back. Oh yeah, get a little anxious there and over poured. That's not a problem. These molds are easy to clean up. And my hand is shaking also, so that's not helping matters too much. Alright, so there we got, they're all topped off. And what I do, I got a bottle with some water in it right here. And I just take and put a drip. See how it boils right off. Turn the temperature off on the molds, on the hot plate. And now we just gotta wait for them to cool. So we'll bring you all back once they're cooled down. We'll show you cleaning that one up and demolding. Alright everybody, so we're back and everything is cooled off. These are in the same order as they were as I took them off. You can see the middle one right here is the one that's got the overpour on it. So good thing about these molds, this edge right here, you can just take your thumb and press down on that edge. And as you can see, you can cut it and just peel it away. So makes easy cleanup if you overpour. So just work your way around. I'm pressing kind of like at an angle against that. So let's see how they came out. Alright, it's going to come out on this side. And there we go. So it's a little bit, that back is a little bit darker than I personally would like. But you got that clear belly right there. So it's got a little bit of color to it. That silver, non-bleed silver pearl. So let's go ahead and open up this top one up here. This is the one that I was afraid that it might go into the head. It went behind the eye. I think we're going to be alright on that. So it is behind the eye. It didn't go all the way up in. So you go ahead and get the rest of these out of the molds, and then we'll put some eyes on them. Be right back. Alright, so there's our bait right there. And the eyes I'm going to go with are just some solid black eyes. And we've got some Loctite super glue gel. Take and put one drop right in the eye cavity. And this is the 4-inch from Angling AI. It takes a 6mm eyeball. So get that in there. Kind of work the edges around a little bit. There we go. And for the other side, now I've already put eyes in 4 of them. So set in there and kind of work the edges around a little bit, make sure we got in the socket. And I always take and squeeze both sides of it just to make sure it's set in there. So there we are. And we'll set that down on this one. And there's all 5 of them. Not too bad in my opinion. I kind of like it, so maybe that's a color that we can play with a little bit. Of course, you know, this was all done off of leftovers. It's another way that you can use up some of your leftovers. So thank you much for all coming in, and y'all have a good day. Peace.